Hello everyone and welcome on back to some more Dash Auto Repair. Today we are working on a 2010 GMC Yukon. This is the Denali trim. So what we were working on are the fuel tank straps. One of these bad boys fell off while I was driving. I heard a scraping noise. It was basically dangling like this. And it did not sound good at all. So I had to pull it over to the gas station. And make sure that you ever come into this situation, you need to put on some ratchet straps. Always have those handy just in case, because basically this fuel tank was held on by one singular strap that was underneath. And especially if there's a lot of gas in there, that's a lot of weight on that other strap. And if that thing is skidding against the ground and sparks just start flying, and there's gas in there, not a good situation. So always have ratchet straps. So anyways, this was skidding against the ground. I heard the sound. I pulled over, put a ratchet strap underneath it real quick. It was pretty easy to do that. I'll show you guys that here in a second. But basically here today, we're going to replace the bad one with a new one. And as you can see, here's the new one. It just goes into that little locking mechanism in the body. And I'll show you that here in a second. As you can see, the mount itself was rusted off. So the bolt, which is a 15 mil, is just hanging out. So all you need to do the job is this automatic 15 mil to start the process and a flashlight. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, so before we get into this, I just want to show you real quick what I used to ratchet strap when I was in a pinch. So I don't know if these were designed to be there, but basically there's a hook there in the perfect spot. And it goes all the way around. Let's see if I can get underneath. It goes all the way around into a hook over here. So what I did is I hooked both sides together right there, because that's where the piece goes, the lip, basically the tooth, just kind of sits up at the top, clips in back here, and then goes around the gas tank. But basically, in the pinch, I wrapped it around here, and then clipped it to that side. So, it's always good to have one of these ratchet straps in a pinch. So, all right, let's get right to it. I'm gonna release this ratchet strap. So, all right, release the ratchet strap. As you can see, the gas tank is moving just a little bit. All right. Gas tank went down just a little bit. Okay. Right, the strap is off. And so now we need to remove that 15 mil bolt right there, because that is hanging on to the rusted portion of it. So I'm going to spray it with some PB Blaster, and then I'm going to remove that. And then at that point, we're going to basically push this gas tank up a little bit with the jack stand. We're going to push this up with the jack, and then from there we're going to put the strap on. All right, well, let's get right into it. Boop. All righty, so I have the bolt out, and it's a very long bolt, a lot of threads, so it's a lot of turning. And of course, my tool that I rant and rave about, I love this brand. It's been making my life easier, but it was not able to pull this off. So maybe if it was fully charged, it would, because it's only on basically red because it's almost dead. But maybe it would have got that off. But anyway, so I had to use the good old elbow grease to get this bad boy off. So what I recommend is cleaning this up before you put it back in, so that way it's not as hard next time. Hopefully there isn't a next time, but yeah, making it easier for the next guy. But yeah, clean this up, and then let's get right into slapping the new one back on. Let's get it. Alrighty, guys, so basically you want to use that lip right there, and you want to put in the new strap. Sorry, it's kind of a weird angle. Basically, as you can see, kind of rest in there like that. Just kind of wiggle it down. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. Okay, there it is. All right. So basically, it goes in there like so. It rests down, and it slides underneath. And actually, I'm gonna go underneath the shield. I don't know how I feel about holding the shield up like that. Is the other one on the shield? The other one is on the shield. Okay. All right, well, we're gonna follow suit. So, on the shield, and you can either use a jack, mine's going up by hand. So I'm basically just gonna push the strap in, then I'm gonna secure it. So let me angle the camera so you guys can see me securing it. But basically up here, it is secured, it's not going nowhere. You can clean this up if you want, but I mean, this is basically the frame. So the chassis, or this might be a subframe, I'm not quite sure, but these are usually pretty solid. I know it's got some rust on it, but should be fine just putting it in there like that. All right, so let me get the camera set up and I'll show you guys how I'm putting the screw in. Stay tuned. All right, so you guys should be able to see this, but basically we're gonna be going into that hole there and there. So you're gonna have to either push the gas tank or jack it up and go right in there. So let me see if I can get the camera situated so you can see all of this. And let's do it. It's a bit tricky because I don't have a lift. I'm just underneath the car. The car's not jacked up. I'm a pretty small guy, so if you need to jack it up, that's cool. I shouldn't need to jack it up. But all right, let's get to it. All right, so basically, I got my knee holding this thing up, and I'm pushing with my fingers to kind of hold that in place. And I'm gonna stick the bolt in real quick, and then I'm gonna use my drill to put that in, my 3/8 ratcheting, and we're gonna slap that baby in. Alrighty, so let me get this light out of the way. So I had to jack it up. Always use wood whenever you're using something like this, even though it's not gonna really puncture anything, but it's good to be safe than sorry. So the strap is being held. If you follow me over here, we have put in the screw. So I have it in there, just holding up in place. I'm gonna press the jack a couple more notches, and it's gonna give us a bit more clearance to tighten this thing up snug, and you wanna make sure you do not strip anything. So now we just need to tighten this bad boy up. So let's get to it. So, all right, we're in here. It's pretty snug. Just gonna go ahead and tighten her up. Okay, now I'm gonna tighten her up by hand just to make sure. But as you can see, it's in there. And it's in there on the other side. So we could release this tension if we wanted to, but we're gonna snug it up first and then we're gonna release the tension. So right now it's already on there, but we're gonna tighten it up. So I'm gonna tighten this bad boy up. And I'm gonna remove the jack, and then I'm gonna show you guys basically what it looks like after. All right. All right, I tightened her up. Oh, you guys can't even see. Tighten her up. There she is. She's snug. She's not going anywhere. You can spray that with some rubber undercoating if you wanted to. But, I mean, I probably won't have this car for another 100,000 miles, so that thing will probably last much longer than that. But anyway, so I'm going to release the tension on this jack. And then from there, it is the job all done. So let's go ahead and release the tension. And as you can see, the gas tank is right there. Sorry for the light, try to get that out of the way. I'm just gonna release the tension, and the gas tank shouldn't move at all. As you can tell, it did not. All right, pull the jack out. All right, now let's get back inside. So from this view, there's that side. That's the side with the bolt. Side with the bolt. Hold on. All right, so there's the side with the bolt. Awesome. And here is the side of the attachment. It just kind of rests in there. And there you have it. You just put on a gas tank strap for a 2010 Yukon. And this applies to a lot of the Yukon Suburbans. Tahoes is pretty much the same setup. It's all 15 mil, and all of them have that little portion where you can put the tooth of the strap. But now that bad boy's in there, so job well done, guys. All right, Dash Auto Repair out. I'm gonna go have a beer. Peace.